All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most ambitious brand makeovers we've seen in a long time. We're diving deep into the massive reinvention of a true national icon, Air India.
For decades, this was the general feeling about Air India, right? People would say, yeah, they're reliable, they'll get you there safely, but oh boy, the experience was just kind of shabby and outdated. We're talking inconsistent service, maybe a broken seat, and just this overall tired vibe.
And that right there, that story, that reputation, well, that was the core problem. You had this brand that felt completely stuck in the past, trying to survive in this super competitive, super modern world of airlines.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you fix a national icon? I mean, how do you take a brand with so much history, and let's be honest, so much baggage, and actually make it ready for the future? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into.
Okay, part one, a Maharaja's second chance. This is all about the Tata Group's 5-year mission to rebuild a giant. Now, the whole comeback story for Air India really kicks off right here, when it returns home to its original founders, the Tata Group. And look, they didn't just buy an airline. No way. They launched this incredibly audacious 5-year mission to transform it, literally, from the ground up. And they gave this mission a name, Vihan.ai. And that name is such a powerful statement. See, in Sanskrit, it means the dawn of a new era. That tells you everything, doesn't it? This isn't just a little refresh. This is a total, fundamental rebirth.
And this quote, this is basically their mission statement, their North Star. It's the whole goal. Think about how ambitious this is, to go from being seen as a struggling state carrier to a world-class global airline with an Indian heart. That is a staggering leap. They want to be a premium global player that still feels uniquely, proudly Indian.
And wow, this table really just lays it all out, doesn't it? Take a look at the massive shift they're aiming for. The brand image goes from shabby and outdated to bold, modern, and aspirational. Service goes from unpredictable to tech-driven, warm hospitality. I mean, this shows you it's not about just tweaking a few things here and there. This is about changing the airline's entire DNA.
Part 2. Designing a window of possibilities. We're talking about forging a new visual identity for a global audience. So where do you even start with a transformation this big? Well, you start with the most visible part, the look and the feel. I mean, if you're going to compete with airlines like Emirates or Singapore Airlines, you absolutely need a fresh, modern look.
So first things first, the logo. They said goodbye to the iconic, but let's face it, pretty dated Konark Chakra logo. That thing had been around for decades, and in its place came something totally new, totally modern. They call it the Vista. And the Vista isn't just some cool, slick design. Nope, it's absolutely packed with meaning. The whole idea is that it's inspired by the peak of a gold window frame. It's meant to symbolize a window of possibilities, a bold new outlook, not just for the airline, but really for India on the world stage.
Okay, but I know what you're thinking. What about the Maharaja, the most famous face of Air India? For so many people, he was the airline. So, did they just get rid of him?
Nope, he just got a promotion to modern luxury. Instead of being the main mascot plastered everywhere, he's become this subtle, really premium touch. So now you'll find him, say, elegantly etched onto the glassware in business class, or on the signs in the high-end lounges. It's a really smart nod to their heritage, but totally redefined for modern luxury. All right, Section 3, more than a fresh coat, because this is about investing billions to overhaul the entire passenger experience. And let's be real, a new logo and a new font are great, but they mean absolutely nothing if the actual flying experience doesn't get better. So this whole thing is backed by some serious cash, all aimed at fixing those old problems.
And when I say serious cash, I mean it. Check this out. More than 470 new airplanes on order. That is a historic, record-breaking deal with Airbus and Boeing. The goal here is to build one of the youngest, most modern, and most fuel-efficient fleets flying anywhere in the world. Just massive.
But what about the old planes, right? The new ones take time to arrive. Well, they're dropping $400 million just to retrofit the existing wide-body fleet. This is the money that's going to finally fix those broken seats, the janky entertainment systems, all the stuff that really hurt their reputation.
And it's not just the hardware. They're also tackling that frustrating digital experience. Another $200 million is going into a total digital-first overhaul. We're talking brand new websites, new mobile apps, even AI chatbots, all designed to make booking and managing your trip completely seamless.
And the overhaul seriously touches everything you can think of.
You've got brand new, super stylish uniforms by a famous designer, a massive retraining program for all the staff. They're upgrading the airport lounges. And they've totally refreshed the menu with this new global Indian concept. It's a complete sensory reset from the moment you check in.
Okay, Section 4, the non-stop global strategy. This is about leveraging their unique advantages to compete on the world stage. So the product is getting a major upgrade. But how does Air India actually plan to win against all those tough competitors? Well, it all comes down to a very clear, very focused strategy.
And this, right here, is their secret weapon, their killer app, if you will. The single biggest advantage they have is being able to fly nonstop from India to big destinations like New York or London, and you get to skip that 3 or 4 hour layover in Dubai or Doha. And for a business traveler, man, that time you save is absolutely everything.
And they're backing up that nonstop advantage with some other really smart plays. First, there's the Tata halo effect. Basically, they're using the incredible trust people have in the Tata brand name to help them forget about the old Air India. They've also totally revamped their loyalty program to go after those high-value corporate flyers. And they're laser-focused on making Delhi and Mumbai into massive global hubs.
Okay, our final section, navigating the final approach. And we're talking about the major challenges that still lie ahead. Because, just like on any flight, that final approach can be the most difficult part. This huge transformation is definitely happening, but it's not done yet, and there's for sure some turbulence ahead. So, the big question is this transformation actually complete? And the simple, honest answer is no, not by a long shot. Turning around an airline this massive is an unbelievably complex job, and there are still some pretty big hurdles to clear.
Really, it comes down to two main pieces of turbulence. The first is service inconsistency. The airline kind of has a split personality right now. You might get on a brand new plane and the experience is world-class, amazing. But then your next flight might be on an old, unrefurbished jet, and suddenly it feels like you've stepped back in time. The second challenge is just the insane complexity of merging two other airlines, Vistara and AirAsia India, into one single cohesive company. That is an operational and cultural tightrope walk, for sure.
So, it all comes down to this. The vision they have is incredibly bold. The money they're spending is very, very real. The big question that remains is whether this new window of possibilities they've created is truly big enough to give them a clear view past all that legacy turbulence and let them finally complete this historic comeback story.